Guys, it is Sarah here with Brown Family Goods, and today is the day. We are out here in the garden, and today's the day that the fall garden is going to be planted out. Yesterday, we worked a ton out here in the garden. We got all of the beds prepared. You can see them behind me here. Everything is looking so neat and tidy for the moment. And today is the day that we will be putting in our fall vegetable garden. It's actually mid-September. For you guys will have to excuse the chicken noise and turkey noise and everything else out here because it's early morning and everybody is very active right now. So they have not settled in for the day. I'm ready at this point to finally put in the fall garden because the temperatures have come down some from those super high temperatures that we have been having, and it is, well, now or never essentially. But I have a couple of errands to run first this morning. I'm gonna run out and do my 2 quick errands, and then I'll come back and everything is set up for me to get everything planted out, and that won't take too long at all. While I'm out running my errands, I wanted to show you what I did yesterday to get ready for today. So I'm gonna play that at this point, and then you can see exactly what it took to get all these beds neat and clean and ready to plant out the fall garden today. Take a quick look at what went on yesterday to get us. Got everything tilled up and it looks really good. Started over there in the former strawberry bed and did basically 2 large rows in it. I went ahead and put down some black plastic, which is basically weed barrier fabric, but it's kind of the breathable one so that water will be able to penetrate through. Now, once I figure out, I've got to look at my plan, my garden plan for this fall. I kind of map everything out, draw it out. It's very basic. I'll show you that in just a minute when I run inside and get it. But I have everything kind of mapped out and planned out what I'm going to put in where. I sit down at some point and usually make a nice garden plan for myself before the season. But as I said, we got this all tilled, and what you see here is what I'm working on is some rows, and I have a string run right there just to give me a straight line to work with to begin with. And then I don't run a string for each row just because I'm lazy and I don't want to do that. So I just start there. At least I've got a straight line to start. And then I try to just be very careful about, you know, getting straight-ish rows from then on. So I will go back and put some of that black plastic down on these rows as well. These are 2 of sort of similar size rows, and then this one over here will be a little bit larger and more of a flat row because I'm probably going to put onions along this edge. Okay, I got all of the rows done here, and then I went back through and I had about 2 or 2.5 bags of worm castings, and I just put the worm casting. You can see it's that really fine dirt that's right on top. That way when I plant into the rows, it'll be right there in contact with the plants for either seed starts or seeds. Box over here that has the giant pepper plant in it, I am leaving that for now because that pepper plant is covered in Tabasco peppers. Remember we cut it back a little while ago? And let me show you how all the peppers that it has put on. Look at this. It's covered in peppers. These are Tabasco peppers. If we get these to a harvest, we will be doing some good. But this cold frame. See, it has this lid that closes down. It's actually a box for a cold frame. In the summer, I just use it for, you know, extra planting room. But eventually, this pepper plant will come out. I may try to overwinter it in a pot, like I have moved the other pepper plants into pots. I'm gonna try with the pepper plants this year to overwinter them. We'll see what they do. Look at this one over here. It is especially puny at this point. I just transplanted those into some pots the other day, so we'll see how they do. But for now, this one lives on. We'll see if we can get these Tabasco peppers to a harvest and make some sauce or something with them. But anyway, eventually the cold frame box will be for lettuces over the cooler months. That's really handy when you want to put the lid down and germinate the seeds in there when it's already cool outside. It works really nicely. So, but this bed here, this long bed, it is a project for another day because we still have the cardboard down to smother out grasses. One thing at a time, right? Okay, I can't believe it, but I got it all done. Now I can tell that these rows on the right side look a little bit neater and taller than these ones on the left side, but it's okay. It's all gonna work just fine. Once it gets plants growing in it, it will not make a difference at all. But I made it back from my errands and I finally made it out into the garden again. It's about 10:30 and hopefully you got to see all of what we did yesterday to get these garden beds ready to plant into today. So I'm excited to get all the veggies out. Unfortunately, the plant starts that I did from seed myself just did not amount to anything at this point. So I just went ahead and bought some starts. I found a really good price on some at my local nursery yesterday. As you saw, we did a little shopping there together. And today it's time to get them in the ground. Also brought with me today in the wagon the seeds that I plan on starting today as well. So that'll be carrot seeds, a few radishes, and beets as well. So we'll get those going as soon as we get everything planted into the rows here. We'll move on to the other bed over there and plant out those seeds. We got the first two beds planted out here, and in the meantime, while I'm working on the other beds, I went ahead and brought the sprinkler out, and I want to get it going for a little while because that soil is still very dry underneath those covers. I watered yesterday for about an hour, but even still, it's really pretty dry yet. just while I'm working on other things, I can have that going. So that's a pretty good way to do it. Back-breaking part out of the way here, and that is planting out. Starting from the far side over here, that's cabbages in the first 2 rows. The next one is turnips, and this one here is collards, and then this one that is the closest down here to me is mustard greens. So we love greens down here in the south, and that'll give us plenty of greens to harvest from. Before I do anything else with these long rows here, I'm gonna go over here to, that's where I'm gonna put in the carrot seed. So I wanna go ahead and get that in as well. And I'm gonna cover it with a piece of the black plastic for a couple of days. I'll use a few landscape staples to put that down. Leave it covered for a couple of days until those carrot seeds germinate, and then I'll remove the plastic from there. But anyway, let's go get some carrot seeds planted in it. Look at this. We have made such good progress today. I've got you lifted up really high in the air. But I wanted to show you that because everything is looking so good, and I am really excited for this fall vegetables. So we got the carrots down, we got all the little plant starts in place, and everything looks great. I really appreciate you joining me out here in the garden today. Me and my chickens both. And I think I'm just about out of steam for this today. I've got lots of other things to be working on inside as well. So I am so happy though that we finally got this garden in, and we can leave it for now without worry about anything. And I will continue my watch for chickens and turkeys in this garden though, because if I see any signs of them, we're gonna be putting cans, the wire trash cans, all over top of those veggies until they get a little bit bigger. But again, I really appreciate you coming along today and getting this garden going for fall, and I hope to see you back here again real soon. This is the next morning after I put the plants in yesterday, and I wanted to show you exactly what I was talking about with animals eating the plants. Let me show you exactly what is transpired overnight here. Okay, I am very experienced in this. This is what we have this morning. Cabbage. See these cabbage? They have been eaten. This one basically has been pulled out of its spot. Over there, you can see leaves that have been eaten. Yes. Did I predict this would happen? Yes, I did. And this is why I bought Dollar Tree out of their wire baskets. Out here I have black baskets. I'm just going down the line. I had to go around the whole property and gather up all the baskets. All I'm doing is just setting the basket on top. These are turnips. Yeah, this is turnips. So these are a little bit taller. So I want to make sure I use the tall basket there. And then I just take a landscape staple and stick it in. You can see that my lovely aesthetic garden has turned into this. It looks a little bit silly, but I worked too hard at this to let the animals eat it down immediately after I planted out. Plenty left that still need to be covered. So I will go and grab today some more of these baskets at Dollar Tree. They will need to be covered. That way they'll be safe and sound until they really get their feet underneath them and start to grow.